3.
Very good evening to all, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow participants. I am Mayank Gurnani from NSE International Exchange. Welcomes you all to the Ring the Bell opening ceremony of World Investor Week. It is my privilege to serve you as a moderator for this momentous occasion as we kick off. Very good evening to all, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow participants. As we kick off a week-long celebration dedicated to the World Investing and Financial Empowerment. World Investor Week, an international organization of Securities Commission ISCO initiative, is a global investor awareness campaign. World Investor Week is celebrated every year across the world by the security markets regulator along with market influencing institution.
Why there is an echo?
So, Mayank, you close your YouTube link.
Yeah. There is a heavy echo.
You be on Zoom, that's all.
On Zoom only, sir.
Echo. Maybe there is another login in the same system or someone is around you.
Someone around you who is all logged into
There is an echo.
Just a second.
Mayank, you close your YouTube link.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't.
Heavy echo.
Sir, I don't have.
Be on Zoom, that's all.
Just a second. Just a second. I guess I was on the Zoom only, but just a second, sir. Yeah. Hello. Now it's okay.
Super.
Well,
Yeah. So I'll just begin. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow participants, I am Mayank Gurnani from NSE International Exchange. Warmly welcomes you to the Ring the Bell opening ceremony of World Investor Week. It is my great privilege to serve you as your moderator for this momentous occasion as we kick off a week-long celebration dedicated to the world of investing and financial empowerment. World Investor Week, an international organization of security commissions ISCO initiative, is a global investor awareness campaign. World Investor Week is celebrated every year across the world by security market regulators along with market infrastructure institutions. The week witnesses a host of investor awareness activities across the globe, and the investors are explained about the awareness of investor education and protection. This year, World Investor Week 2023 is being celebrated in India from October 9 to 15. Throughout this week, NSE International Exchange will dwell into the intricacies of investing, from understanding the market dynamics to navigating the ever-evolving landscape of financial instruments. Our aim is not only to educate, but to inspire, motivating each of you to embark on investing journey or refine your strategies with newfound knowledge. Today, we have with us guest of honor, Dr. Dipesh Shah, Executive Director, IFSCA. We have with us Shri Balasubramaniam, MD and CEO, NSE International Exchange, and Dr. Vijay Mehta, President, ANMI. As we prepare to ring the opening bell, let us approach this week with an open mind, a thirst for knowledge, and sense of responsibility to make the world of investing a better place for all. To mark the opening bell of World Investor Week, we would kick off this ceremony with Ring the Bell. With all your permission, I will just ring the bell. Now, I would like to introduce Dr. Vijay Mehta, a second-generation stockbroker, investment banker, and a corporate advisor. Dr. Vijay Mehta, the new ANMI president for FY 23-24, is a multidimensional personality. Considered as an expert on economy, capital markets, and international affairs, he has been associated with governing board of ANMI for long and has been one of its key think tanks. Currently, Dr. Vijay Mehta is also the Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Romania in India, appointed by the government of Romania. Dr. Mehta has earlier served as various positions in regional stock exchanges. Dr. Mehta is founder chairman of MEFCO Securities, extending services in the management of IPO, corporate valuation, and wealth management. Over to you, sir. Vijay sir, you are on mute.
Thank you very much, Mayank. It's a great pleasure for me to be participating into the inaugural session of World Investors Week. And I'm so happy to see my very old colleague, Mr. Balasubramaniam, whom we all know for such a long time. And with him, I think NSE International Exchange is going to definitely prosper because he has such a thorough knowledge of all the exchange procedures and their marketing. I think I am very happy on account of ANMI being associated with the this GiftCity. According to me, GiftCity is actually a gift for the investors in India. It was earlier we were going everywhere around the world for the different kind of facilities which one could get. We would go to London, we would go to Dubai, we would go to Singapore. And with the vision of the Prime Minister, these facilities have now come into our own country and in the state of Gujarat at Gandhinagar. With this, we have got the whole world open to us now. I remember the time when last year, NME had organized a very big seminar in the GiftCity where brokers were invited from all over India. And there was a big webinar, a big seminar, which went on for 3-4 hours where different segments of the working of the exchanges were explained by different experts. I was also there when the Prime Minister, Shri Modi, inaugurated the event. And there he explained his vision and said that he is looking for this exchange or this GiftCity to be the market leader in price discovery of those segments where India is a market leader. Now, this is a very challenging task, but I think with a world-class infrastructure which has been developed at GiftCity and with the kind of ease of doing business which is being introduced and being modified, almost every time a problem has been brought into the notice. With this, a lot of people are coming to the GiftCity. And I understand that almost a number of foreign banks and Indian banks have already opened their branches. Last year, when we were having our program in the GiftCity, I think, if I remember correctly, about 115 letter of intent were received from different broking firms. And those broking firms who have shown willingness to become members, some progress was done, but still I think a little bit of work has yet to be completed. And I have just been informed that at NME we have appointed about 2 audit firms who will be helping our brokers to complete the formalities to work on to become members of the exchanges and then start trading. I think this is an exchange for which we have all been waiting for. And one thing which is very good also is that the authority here, this Financial Services Centers Authority, IFSCA, is today the regulator with a complete authority to govern the GiftCity provisions. I think it is a combination of the authority which is vested in them and which comprises of the authorities like SEBI or RBI or PF or even IRDA. So this kind not only gives confidence, but it can speed up the work. In fact, a number of, I was in London and there also people were talking that one or two of my very close business friends, they wanted to promote an AIF in India. One of them was looking for AIF in category 1 and the other was in category 3. and they were making inquiries to me, the kind of formality which they will be required to complete. And I refer them that, okay, I will put you across to the concerned person. But what I'm trying to say is that there is a lot of interest all over the world. So what is required is more publicity and approaching the stakeholders more frequently, because there are a lot of what we call FAQs, frequently asked questions, which need to be answered. And with the marketing capability of Balaji, I think it is a very easy thing which can be done. And I am sure that in times to come, we are going to have very strong participation through GiftCity in the world market. From the side of NME, we are fully committed, I would say, and fully our director, Mr. Anil Shah, who is in Ahmedabad, who lives in Ahmedabad, he is now the chairman. We have made a special committee for GiftCity events and GiftCity coordination at NME. And this is the first time that I have formed this committee under my presidentship. And Mr. Anil Shah is the chairman of the committee. And he has been the untiring supporter of GiftCity for the last 5 years in the board at NME. And we look forward. He is, I think, on behalf of NME, he is in regular touch with all the decision makers at GiftCity. And we are also planning, and like last year, we are planning another event. I think there was a little bit of confusion or like coordination with the, probably with the Dipesh bhai also, and Nitesh also. We were all coordinating with Dr. Prasad, where we have planning another seminar where brokers from all over India will be called again. They will not only be updated about what has been further introduced and the other provisions of the GiftCity, but they will also be, we will try that during their coming to Gandhinagar for GiftCity participation, they are given an immediate procedure to become members so that one can get into trading before the end of this year. I am sure that my speakers after me will also enlighten on this particular task, so that brokers who are willing, and they have opened offices in those areas, in those buildings over there, they are able to utilize their staff and start their operations. I thank you all again for giving me an opportunity to come to this webinar, and I am looking forward to a very bright future for the GiftCity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vijay sir, for sharing your thoughts on supporting GiftCity with various initiatives. Now, I would like to introduce Shri V. Balasubramaniam, MD and CEO, NSE International Exchange. Mr. V. Balasubramaniam Bala has over 32 years of experience in Indian capital and derivatives market industries. Currently, he serves as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at NSE International Exchange, NSEIX, at GiftCity IFSC, and he also oversaw the execution of successful liquidity switch of SGX Nifty to GIFT Nifty with daily peak notional volume of USD $15.5 billion. Prior to that, he was a Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of India INX, a subsidiary of BSE Limited, from December 26 to December 22. Before joining India INX, he was a Chief Business Officer of Bombay Stock Exchange, comprising markets, listing, data and indices business, and he was also responsible for all operating revenues. With a career in the capital market industry spanning over 3 decades, Mr. Bala has played a key role in the development of Indian capital markets. He was a part of a core team involved in setting up National Stock Exchange of India. He was instrumental in creating the capital market segment, Nifty index creation, setup of NSEIL as the first clearing corporation in India. Sir, the futures and options segment, Mr. Bala has also worked with Reliance Group as a vice president. He has contributed to various committees formed by market regulator IFSCA on sustainable finance, investment funds, and also positioning IFSC as a hub for offshore trading in INR. He has also served in the board of Future Industry Association Asia, co-chair of FICCI Capital Market Committee, CDSL, India International Exchange IFSC Limited, India International Clearing Corporation Limited, India International Bullion Holding IFSC Limited, India International Bullion Exchange IFSC Limited, India International Depository IFSC Limited, India Annex Global Access IFSC Limited, and BSE Institute Limited. Over to you, Bala sir.
Thank you, Mike. First and foremost, let me welcome Dr. Dipesh, Shah, the Executive Director and the Chief Guest for this event today. In fact, recently, Dr. Dipesh Shah completed his doctorate in the very subject of international financial services, and he has been one of the pioneers for the GiftCity. I have had the privilege of being associated with him since 2015, when actually GIFT was declared as the IFSC. And since 2016, I have been involved in the GIFT project, where I was involved in promoting the exchange year also. Let me also thank Shri Vijay Mehta and Shri Anil Shah and Dr. Raghavendra Prasad, who were joined from ANMI. I think I have very fond memories of ANMI going back to my days in NSE, because ANMI started in the year 1996 as a member of all the National Stock Exchange members, which now have been extended to Association of all the national exchanges in India. So effectively, ANMI is home to almost all the brokers in India, who are actually the first face of all the investors. And it is very appropriate that the Investor Week in 2023 is something which we are organizing along with our member firms, that is the brokers, and also with our regulator, IFSC authority. First and foremost, let me say that GIFT IFSC is a new jurisdiction in 2015, which was born because of the RBI circular, where actually no capital restrictions or FEMA regulations apply within the territory of GiftCity. And this has also been conceptualized as a SEZ. And in fact, in 2017, when I was part of the founding team which set up the India INX, our Honorable Prime Minister had come and inaugurated the project. And actually, he had two vision statements which he made, where he expected that GiftCity in the next decade will emerge as a price setter in at least a few of the products, be it in equity derivatives, or FX, or FX derivatives, or commodity derivatives, or fixed income. And also the second vision which he had within the GIFT IFSC system was that this will become an effective fundraising center, a global IPO center, which will help companies across Asia, Europe, as well as Africa. And in some sense, I think that set the tone for what the IFSC should be. And I think over the last few years, the government has been proactive in terms of giving various liberal concessions and also making ease of business a norm as far as the IFSC is concerned. I think Dr. Mehta did talk about more and more members signing up, and last year, as part of ANMI and CPI, that committed more than 100 members. And I think right now we are at 50 members. So I will request him and his team to continue pushing forward to push the message across the brokers in India to come and also establish the presence in the IFSC. I think this year, 2023, has also been very historic year, because in the for GiftCity, it has been actually a lot of positives have happened within this current year. One is the much awaited GIFT Connect, or the SGX Connect project finally has borne fruition. And on July 3, 2023, we saw the entire liquidity from the SGX Nifty switching to our international exchange at NSE in the GiftCity. And in fact, since the launch in July, every month we are going strength in terms of increase in volumes, as well as increase in open interest. When we began in July, around $8.1 billion of open interest was transferred to us. And as we speak, this open interest has crossed more than $12.5 billion, which means we already grown the open interest by almost 50%. And similarly, if you look at the volumes, I think the first month we did a peak volume of close to about $10 million. Then in the month of August, we did close to about $12 billion. And last month in September, we actually crossed the $15 billion volume mark on a single day. So all these are good pointers and augurs well as far as the growth of this center is concerned. And in fact, last week I was in Chicago as part of a roadshow, participating in the FI Expo, and I could see that there's a lot of interest as far as the GiftCity is concerned. There are a lot of people waiting in the sidelines, be it foreign portfolio investors or FPIs as we call it, or even the NRIs or the expats, because I had an opportunity to interact with quite a few of them in this visit, and I could see that a lot of people are actually looking at GiftCity very, very eagerly and anxiously in terms of many solutions which are emerging from this place. In terms of what the GiftCity now represents, I think just yesterday, the Chairman IFSCA put out a message for the World Investor Week, and he echoed that GSS plus bonds, that is the global sustainability and the social bonds, is the framework which again GiftCity is championing. In fact, NSE International Exchange has established within its own platform international sustainable exchange platform, where we have listed more than about 10 billions of GSS bonds. Overall, we have more than $50 billion of bonds which are listed, out of which 10 billion plus is GSS, and that is something which we'll continue to keep our focus on, and that's part of our contribution to climate change and the problems which comes with the climate change, in tune with what our Prime Minister talked about, the LIFE mission. In terms of things which have been achieved here, I think 2020 was again another 3 years back when the IFSC authority was created through an act of parliament by a bill. I think that was a big game changer as far as the GIFT IFSC ecosystem was concerned. And in India, we have always been talking about basically unifying the regulatory system through the FSLRC reforms. Because in India, we have RBI regulating the banking sector, SEBI the capital markets, IRDA the insurance sector, and PFRDA the pension sector. So effectively, IFSC authority has now been created as a unified regulator, and I'm sure Dr. Dipesh Shah will talk a lot about what the IFSC EAS ought to do, what it has done in the 3 years, and we have a lot of expectations, and we work under the guidance and the regulatory ambit of IFSC authority, which is also a signatory to the IOSCO MMOU. In terms of ease of business, I think one of the big initiatives which has been taken is that a single window regulator is being formulated. I think earlier SEZ, since IFSC is also part of the SEZ, we had to actually take certain approvals from the Ministry of Commerce for the entities here. And I think this year in the budget, it was announced that IFSC authority will soon be setting up a single window, and we'll be waiting to hear from Dr. Dipesh Shah when that project will go live, so that for a broker or for any intermediary or any regulated entity, be it a fund, be it a portfolio manager, be it an investment banker, if they want to come and register in the IFSCA, how soon it can be done. And what are the things which we can expect going forward is that we expect equity listings also to begin. In fact, just last month, our Honorable Finance Minister, Shri Nirmala Sitaram, announced that Indian companies which are not yet listed in India will also have a route to look at listings internationally on the IFSC. We at NSE International Exchange are very excited about it, and also we are gearing up in terms of the listings. Incidentally, right now the IFSC authority has created a working group on primary markets, of which I am also part of. I think in the next couple of weeks, this report will be out in the public domain. And with that, I think we can look forward, and once it is implemented, I think we can look forward to a lot of companies looking at listing within the IFSC meeting, which this will actually enable us to complete the capital market ecosystem, because right now we are focused on derivatives, some amount of bonds which are being raised here, but with the equity listings coming clearly, I think the entire GIFT IFSC ecosystem will get transformed. And last and foremost, my messages to investors is that IFSC is covered under the FATF regime as part of India. And this year, in fact, FATF is visiting India to evaluate it, and GIFT is also participating, and NSE International Exchange is part of it. So what we can say is that we are a very safe, sound jurisdiction. As far as AML and CFT risks are concerned, I think we are one of the top-notch jurisdictions in terms of safety for investors. And as NSE International Exchange, you will find that we only thrive on trust. And effectively, all our information, since we come from the NSE family, which is the largest derivatives exchange in the world, you can see that all our information is disseminated on the website. We also have an investor section. And in fact, any investor can easily reach out to us. We make it a point that we will ensure that consumer protection and investor protection is at the foremost. In fact, as an exchange, we also established an investor protection fund, which is also there. So in some sense, we'll be protecting all the investors. In fact, as a last few remarks, I will say that the NSE ecosystem or the NSE International Exchange ecosystem also comprises our sister company, the NSE International Exchange Clearing Corporation. In fact, they are a big pillar and of support for us because we are joined at the hip, and they are the one who do the clearing and settlement for us. And in fact, they offer the settlement guarantee function within the exchange. And as I look forward to the rest of the year and going forward, I'm sure that the IFSC ecosystem will strengthen. And NSE International Exchange, as a prime institution, we will be totally focused in terms of delivering value, bringing new products, bringing innovation, etc., to this domain. And in fact, we already have brought something very, very innovative last year with the introduction of the NSE IFSC receipts, which are actually the unsponsored depository receipts on the top 50 US listed companies which are listed on the NYSE and the NASDAQ. So effectively, all resident Indian investors, which runs in crores, all of them will have access to buy all of these global stocks, which could be Apple, Microsoft, or whatever stock of the choice, or all of these are available on our platform. And we also now completed the full ecosystem of creating an IFSC depository. We as an exchange and the clearing corporation together effectively make sure that investors will have complete visibility in terms of whatever wealth, whatever investments they make within the IFSC jurisdiction. And all of this is available in their demat accounts. And I think recently, last week, under the chairmanship of Dr. Dipesh Shah, a new working group has been constituted, which will actually promote development of markets in the IFSC by attracting more and more non-resident investors, which is a very powerful community. And I think that will again be the next game changer. With these words, I will probably like to stop here and request Dr. Dipesh Shah to the chief guest to actually say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to introduce and invite guest of honor, Dr. Dipesh Shah, Executive Director, IFSCA. Dr. Dipesh Shah has over 22 years of professional experience in international business, project development, corporate affairs, corporate law, and policy matters. His most prominent achievement includes setting up and operationalizing India's first smart city and international financial service center, IFSC. Before joining IFSCA in December 2020, in his last 12 years tenure at GiftCity, it made substantial progress in getting recognition as India's first model smart city, starting India's first multi-service SaaS and only approved international financial service center. He brought in regulatory and business changes in GIFT IFSC to bring banks now transacting more than US $535.4 billion, international exchanges inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, now with average turnover of exchange of USD 6.18 billion monthly, and insurance and reinsurance companies for undertaking offshore transaction. He is Executive Director of IFSCA and responsible for overall development of IFSC. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, the NSE IFSC team, and also thank you, Bala, for your kind words in your speech. At the outset, I must thank the organizers and also the ISCO. This is a very important week, which I think globally everybody is trying to participate and create more awareness for the institutions and the investors. I'm very happy to speak today on this important ISCO outreach in terms of investors' awareness. As you are aware that the IFSC from the beginning has been trying to create a market and a global financial market for both in terms of onshore India and offshore India. Now, when we say onshore India, how does an international financial services center is enabling new products and new businesses to come in? First, it is trying to create an environment, regulatory and tax, which is in line with the international best practices. I think in today's scenario, if you really see what a global investors and an institution wants, He wants a regulatory regime which should be more predictable. It also should be able to talk in the similar language to do a global business. And 3, it should provide a lot of tax certainty to do business. I think the IFFC in India today, from all these 3 perspectives, provides a right platform for the global investors to get the necessary comfort to use it as a platform of choice. Also, from an outbound perspective, what does institutions and investors want? They will look at the IFFC from the perspective of, am I able to send money efficiently? Am I able to use the platform in a way which is able to allow me to do ease of doing business? I think from all this perspective, even the outbound regime is started picking up the investors' confidence to use this platform. But I think today on this platform, we must understand the role of the international exchanges, which is trying to create an enabling environment. What as an investors you want? You want large number of products to come on a market where you are able to trade not only on those institutions or those instruments, but are also able to trade in the global markets. I think the IFFC today provides the same platform. Today, the government has already announced listing of the Indian companies, direct listing of unlisted companies on the IFFC platforms, also allowing the Indian companies which are listed to consider a parallel or a secondary listing also on the IFFC exchange. And 2, allowing foreign companies to come and list on the IFFC platform. So I think all these enablers is obviously going to provide a lot of comfort to the institutions to come and operate from the IFFC zone. But as a regulator, I think for us also it is important that at the same time, while you're dealing with the domestic investors for their offshore investments, we'll also be dealing with the non-resident investors investing in the ecosystem, which obviously brings a lot of responsibilities to all the stakeholders, including the exchanges, the brokers, the depository participants, all the stakeholders providing those services. So what as an IFFC authority we are trying to do is to create an equal environment where the institutions like law firms, consultancy firms, the necessary ecosystem advisors are also in place. And this provides a lot of confidence to the players that, look, when I'm going to a new institutions, I'm able to get the necessary comfort from the various stakeholders to invest in that zone. Today, we have come to that stage in the International Financial Services Center with more than 550 institutions and growing in terms of every month, getting 20 to 25 new companies coming in. I think the institution's confidence, both from an Indian perspective and an overseas perspective, is coming. But what will be important going forward for all of us is to how do we bring the investors' confidence in terms of trading into the GIFT Nifty, also trading into the several other markets which are in the IFFC zone, and how as an investors you are able to trade in those markets more efficiently. With this, I think I must congratulate the exchange's role, the brokers present in the IFFC zone, the depository participants and the entire capital market ecosystem players present in the zone of creating a continuous engagement with the investors community, already with those who are invested and also to the potential investors. I think these proactive measures which have been taken will go far way to make IFFC as a preferred choice for investors to invest in this zone. We are very confident the way the IFFC activities and the zone is progressing. The day is not far that you will see large number of listing of the Indian unlisted companies, both from a startup and an innovation perspective coming in the IFFC zone, but also the overseas entities coming and making IFFC as a preferred choice for listing. I think that would be a test and probably a testimony to the market activities been happening from the IFFC zone. We are very confident as a regulator that the zone with the institutions supported will grow rapidly in its coming years. And as we have already seen with the volumes of the GIFT Nifty emerging from the IFFC zone, we are very confident that more and more products coming in the IFFC zone, it will further enable the whole ecosystem. As a regulator, as Bala just mentioned, we have also created a separate committee which will be looking into the enabling more NRI related products and the processes to make sure that the investors has both ease of doing business and at the same time, the safeguards, necessary safeguards for the money which are invested have been brought in. With this, I thank the organizers, and it is my pleasure to be here with all of you today at the IFSCO week. And I also am very confident that together with all the stakeholders involved in the IFFC, you will see in the coming years the IFFC zone much more progressing from the activities and the volumes which it has today. I congratulate all the organizers and the stakeholders involved in this activity, and we're very confident that going forward, IFFC will become a preferred destination for the global and Indian investors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dipesh sir. Now I would like to invite Shri Anil Shah for vote of thanks. Anil sir, to you.
थैंक यू दीपेश भाई। मैं बताना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पर, क्योंकि दीपेश भाई पिछले गिफ्ट सिटी में कितने सालों से काम कर रहे हैं, और दीपेश भाई ने जो एफर्ट्स गिफ्ट सिटी में लगाए हैं, यानी कि दीपेश भाई और बाला सर जो ये दोनों गिफ्ट सिटी में आज नहीं होते तो मुझे नहीं लग रहा है, क्योंकि मैं भी 2014-15 से देख रहा हूँ गिफ्ट सिटी को, जहाँ 2 बिल्डिंग थे, आज करीबन 20-25 बिल्डिंग बनने अभी आए हुए हैं। तो ये दोनों ने इतने एफर्ट्स लगाए हैं, मिनिस्ट्री या जो भी एक रेगुलेटर अपने लिए बना, जो हमारी कैपिटल मार्केट के लिए, तो ये रेगुलेटर भी बनना बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा था। तो थैंक्स हम पूरी ब्रोकिंग कम्युनिटी, दीपेश भाई और बाला सर दोनों का थैंक्स, क्योंकि और खास बाला सर तो बंबई जैसे बड़ी सिटी से लेके ये छोटा शहर अपने गांधीनगर में आके 6 साल से यहाँ पर रुके हुए हैं, तो बहुत बड़ी उसके लिए मतलब थैंक्स कहना चाहिए। और हर चीज के लिए हमारी ब्रोकिंग कम्युनिटी के लिए पीछे लगे हुए थे, तब जाके आज देखो सिंगापुर निफ्टी भी मतलब यहाँ पर जॉइंट वेंचर हो गया और यहाँ पर अपने गुजरात में आ गई, इंडिया में आ गई। और दीपेश भाई भी मिनिस्ट्री से लेके पूरे मतलब गुजरात मिनिस्ट्री, अपनी दिल्ली मिनिस्ट्री से लेके पूरा काम किया है। मैंने देखा है इन लोगों को, पूरे दीपेश भाई को 11-12 साल से मैं देख रहा हूँ। तो थैंक्स दोनों को, और आप इस तरह हमारी इंडस्ट्री के लिए काम करोगे, हम आपका शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं। और एक चीज, हमारे मेंबर्स भी जो यहाँ जुड़े ये कार्यक्रम में टाइम लेके, उनका भी हम शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं। थैंक यू।
Here we conclude today's event, and I thanks all the participants and speakers for joining and contributing towards the event. Thank you all.